Hello friends, welcome to SATI Learning. In today's lab, we will go through how to create Azure Traffic Manager in step by step. In this lab, we will create a Ubuntu OS and we will deploy Apache Web Server. So let's go to the lab. So the first step is we need to create two resource group in two different regions. So I am creating one resource group in East US, another one is in West US, so that like we can deploy application server in two different regions. So let's create the resource group. So I am creating in East US. So I will add one more resource group, West US. West US. So both the resource groups are available now. Now we will go and create two virtual machines. So we can use the preset configuration. So I am selecting the dev and test general purpose, create a virtual machine. So I am selecting the resource group. Here I am selecting the West US region. So web server 1 is the one I am creating. So we have selected the Ubuntu Linux OS. So the size is the small one which I selected with 1 CPU and 2 GB memory. So I am using the password. In one, I am giving the password. So I am enabling SSH and HTTP port. So I am using standard SSD because we are using a trial version. So I keep virtual network, the separate as a default one, and will keep all other keys as it is. So let's check validation is passed or not. Validation is passed. So we are enabled SSH, so that's why it's giving a warning actually. So SSH used to connect the resources, the virtual machine through PuTTY or some other tools. So let's create. So initially it's in the deployment. So in the meantime, we will go and create a virtual machine 2. Dev and test general purpose, create a virtual machine. So I am selecting resource group 2, that is in the West US. So web server 2. So Ubuntu OS, we will use the same size standard one. We will select the password. We will enable HTTP also. Now go to disk and select standard SSD. So to save cost, So we'll keep all other parameters as it is. So validation passed, we will create. So now we will go and check virtual machine 1 is created or not. So it's not created, both the deployment in progress. So now we will go to the steps what to do. So once the two virtual machines are created, so we need to enable the port 80 because the traffic manager will be checking the port 80 for the whether the server is live or not, and we will enable the DNS name to configure in the endpoint actually in the traffic manager. So both the deployment is taking time. So web server 1 is ready. So we will copy the public IP address. So here we will save it, web server 1 public IP address, and we will go to networking, and we will enable the inbound port rule. So like this is the inbound rules like configured. So we have enabled SSH, HTTP, and so all virtual network inbounds are allowed. So now we will add port 80. So I will change to port 80. So now I will go to overview and configure the DNS name. So DNS name should be unique actually. Prod 1. So it's already so this should be unique across the globe actually. So now it's not used by anyone. So I'm saving this. So now we will go to virtual machine 2. So virtual machine 2 is still not created. Let's refresh. So like you can see, like both the machines are running in two different locations. We will go to web server 2. And we will go to networking and add port number 80 in inbound room. So port 80 is added. Like we will go to the overview and we will check what is the DSN name provided. Like we provided SATI prod 1, we will give SATI prod 2 the DNS name, SATY prod 2. So you can give any name as per your organization requirement. So like we have created resource group and we create a virtual machine. We have configured port 80 and we have configured the DSN name. So now we will deploy the Apache web server and then we will go to the networking. So virtual machines, I will go to web server 2 and I will copy paste the public IP address. This is the public IP address. So I am using these two, Nova Extreme. So now I am going to the web server 2. So we have successfully logged in. So I am changing to your root user. So like this is the script actually, like to install the Apache web server. So I will provide in my YouTube link. So this is to install the Apache 2. So we no need to remember all the commands because like the commands will vary from OS to OS. So this is the step to start the service. So web server started, so we change this to web server 2. So this is the DNS name. Let's try to access. So it's working. So now we will change the index HTML file cd/var/www/html. I'm creating new index HTML. Insert. So I'm giving web server 2. I'm saving the changes. Cat index.html. Yeah, so web server 2 is ready. So now we will log into the web server 1 with the IP address. Yeah, successfully logged into web server 1. Changing to the root user. So now let's install the Apache. So in the meantime we will copy the DNS name. Let's install Apache and start the service. So I'm using these two, like in production environment we will be using putty actually, so you can use based on your convenient. So let's change the index.html. So copy from here. So this is web server 1. So I'm making the change. So let's see the file change saved or not. Yeah, it's saved. So now we will check both the servers are running. So this is the web server 1. Open new tab. Yeah, web server 1 is working. So web server 1 is working. So now we will go to the web server 2. So web server 2 also working. So now our virtual machines are ready. So now next step is we need to create a traffic manager. So for that, like we will go to the Azure home and search for traffic manager profiles. So open traffic manager profiles. So you can add from here, or like we can create traffic manager profile from here. And I'm giving traffic manager profile. So this should be unique actually across the world. For example, like if I'm giving prod, so we will get the error. So this domain name is already used. So I'm using one. So these are the routing types actually. So the performance, based on the performance, so the load will be balanced, and weight ended, like we can give 50% load. Priority 1 2. So when we give priority 1, the web server 1 will be used. So when web server 1 is down, it will go to the web server 2. And geographic is used for based on the server which we are using actually. For example, like the users are logged in from US, so US server we can use. So when the users from India is logging in, so we can use India server. So the multi-value is for so when endpoints are not responded, so that time we use the multi-value. And the subnet, so for the subnet is used for example, like when we are using in-house, so we can use some set of subnet range, and when it's exposed to the internet, so we can use another subnet group actually in the range. So this is the one. So we will create the priority based one. So we will select the resource group. So we can choose any resource group. So resource group is not playing any role here in traffic manager, because so even like if you give a resource group as a East US, so we can configure West US web server also. So let's create the traffic manager first. So deployment is in progress. Yes. So now resource group is ready. So resource group is created in priority mode actually. So this is the DNS name, so which we need to use to access the traffic manager. So now it's very easy actually. Like we need to go to endpoint and configure the web server. So we'll go to the endpoint. We'll use Azure endpoint. Like if you have an external endpoint, like for example, like if we have configured some like GoDaddy. If you have website, so you can configure that endpoint. So nested endpoint will be like load balancer or another traffic manager. So we will use Azure endpoint. So I will mention like e.1. We will use public IP address. So now you can see the traffic manager can be associated with web server 1 IP and web server 2 IP. So the DNS configuration is very important. So when we are creating the virtual machine, so if we are creating the virtual machine without DNS IP configuration, so which I explained in the last step, so we can't map these machines actually. So we can mention priority 1 and we can click add, and we will add endpoint 2 for the web server 2, e.2. So public IP address. So now we can see like already web server 1 is mapped, web server 2 is available. Now we will set this as a priority 2. So when web server 1 is not available, we will use the web server 2. Let's add. So both the endpoints are enabled. Now we can go to the overview section and we can check the current status. So both the endpoints are enabled. So now it's monitoring the status actually. So once the monitoring section status is passed, so we can access the traffic manager. So I will pause the video and I will come back after a few minutes. So now both the endpoints are online. So we will go to the some other settings and see so we can go to the properties. So this is the properties and the traffic view. So we can enable the traffic queue to monitor the traffic. So this is the dynamic settings. Correct. So like this is the configuration one, and so like port 80 is it will ping and it will keep on checking the server is available or not. So like this is the interval time, so it will retry actually. So failover retry it will do actually. So we can change this configuration. So if we require, so now we'll go to the overview section. So already we have taken the DNS name. So it should hit the web server 1 because the priority is set to web server 1. So if you refresh and if you open new window also, it will go to only the web server 1 actually. So if you want to test this in a real scenario, we need to stop the web server 1 and check. So we will go to virtual machines and we will go to web server 1 and we will stop the web server 1. It's asking like you want to reserve the public IP address or not. So we no need to reserve actually. So it's stopping the web server 1. So I will pause the video and I will come back when web server 1 is stopped. So like if you see here, like web server 1 is stopped and web server 2 is running. So now we will go to traffic manager profiles and see what is the current status. So it's telling like both the servers are online actually, because we have seen in the configuration like it will take this interval time and to check whether port number 80 is up or not. And so now what we will do is like we will try to hit the server. So but the server will not hit the web server 1 or web server 2, because so the traffic manager is not routed the traffic from web server 1 to web server 2. So this is the latency period it will take. So now I will pause the video. Let's wait for a few minutes to traffic manager to route the traffic from web server 1 to web server 2. So now you will refresh the traffic manager. So endpoint 1 web server 1 is degraded and the web server 2 is online. Now we will copy the DNS name and we will check. It should point to web server 2. Say like it's pointed to web server 2 because web server 1 is stopped in the virtual machine. So like this is the example for the traffic manager. So once we start the web server 1, and so again web server 1 will be accessed by the traffic manager. So this is the example. So like you can search in Google and go to the Azure portal, and you can check how to do the demo for performance based one, geographic based one, and multi-value and subnet value. So you can do the exercise, and like if you are facing any problem, let me post in my comments, so I will answer your questions. So thanks for watching SAT e-learning. And another important point is like don't forget to go to resource group and delete all the resources, because we are using free trial. So if you are not deleting all the resources which we are used, so there we need to pay to Azure actually. So this is the only unique place like we can go and delete all the resources belong to the resource group. So I am deleting both the resource groups. So otherwise like every month end we need to payment will be raised by Azure and we need to pay actually. So otherwise the subscription will be removed. Yeah, thanks for watching the YouTube channel.